be dealing with a principle of both Tai Chi and Taoism and Feldenkrais work called mutual arising, meaning nothing comes from nothing. Everything comes from something, especially in movement. And we're going to look at that today. Mutual arising, how everything is interdependent, everything is connected to other parts of the self, right? So just notice how you're making contact with the floor with yourself, the way you're lying on the floor. Pay attention, please, to your breathing. And you just notice how you're breathing right now. You notice the right lung as you breathe in. Just notice, remember that, those lungs, remember that, all that lung work, they're still there. Remember that. Notice your right lung as you're breathing in. Notice your left lung as you're breathing in. And you just notice both your lungs as you inhale. And pay attention to the line of your right leg from your right hip to your right heel. The line of your left leg from your left hip to your left heel. The line up your spine from the lower back to sacrum area, up your back, between the shoulder blades, up into your cervical vertebra, right up into the skull, and out through the top of the head. Just notice that. Notice the line of your right arm from the right shoulder to the right hand. Notice the line of your left arm from the left shoulder to the left hand. And just get a feeling, a sense of those 5 lines as you're lying on the floor. And once again, as you're paying attention to these 5 lines, notice your breathing, notice your lung movement as you're paying attention to these 5 lines. When you inhale and the lungs expand, pay attention to the lines, or if it's just one line, what happens when you inhale? You might find for some of you something happens in your right leg or your left leg or your right arm, your left arm, up your spine, or combinations of them, but just pay attention to the lines as you inhale. Just feel. So very gently, please slide the right arm straight out from the right shoulder, back of the hand on the floor, right? Have the back of the hand on the floor. Easy. Right arm straight out from the right shoulder, back of the hand on the floor. Very gentle, very easy. And now, do a very soft, small movement, the smallest movement you can possibly do. At the itty-bitty, teeny-weeny level of movement, begin to slide the right arm a little away from you. And to do it, you really don't have to move the arm. See if you can move inside the arm, very, very small. Just slide the right arm away from you, just a tiny, tiny movement. And then slide it back very easy. So you pay attention to the going and the coming back. Very gentle with yourself. Now, as you're doing that, and if you really slow it down and do it softer and easier, pay attention to what happens to, where do you feel something else going on? In your, maybe one of your legs, right leg, left leg, maybe you feel something in your left arm, maybe in something to your spine. In other words, what else is involved? What else is interacting with that movement of the right arm? Just easy, very, very small, so that you can feel the other lines, the interdependence, in other words, between the movement of one line with the other lines. The line of the right leg, left leg. So notice, is there a feeling of maybe one leg being pushed away from you, one leg being pulled up toward you? Just maybe. We're just bringing up suggestions. Maybe something happens in your left arm, maybe something goes up your spine. Pay attention as you do the movement. Again, let your face be easy, let your mouth be relaxed so that the edges of the mouth can widen, let your eyes be easy. That's it, yeah. So in the sense of a mutual arising, any kind of force will immediately disrupt the mutuality that's happening elsewhere, right? Once you start to force something, you shut the other things down. It's called specialization. You can't specialize without inhibiting somewhere. Take your time, easy. So now, let that go and slowly bring your arm back down and rest. And feel what's different about the sense of that line of that right arm. What's the difference between the right arm, the left arm, the legs? You feel differences, distinction, right? What do you notice? What's your experience of that right arm? That's something in your organism, your body, talking to you right now, that's giving you feedback that's different from the rest of you, right? Very important to listen. Please slide the left arm up, easy, straight out from the shoulder. And now, with this arm, don't actually move anything. Just imagine that you're sliding the left arm out to the left a little. Just imagine the movement. Just imagine it. You don't need to do it. When you start to feel that imagining the movement can turn into actually an internal experience of doing the movement. That's what we're looking for. That internal experience of doing the movement. Easy, easy. That's lengthening the arm, very, very small. And as you're imagining that small lengthening, pay attention to what's happening to your right leg, your left leg, your right arm, up your spine. Let your face be easy, very soft. But not so much the movement, it's the event of the movement. In Chinese, they call it the shi, meaning it's not just a movement, there's an event that makes up the movement. An event, obviously, is always changing. Shi is from the Book of Changes. So when you come back after you imagine, let yourself rest, let yourself recharge, let re-regulation happen, let anything that's going on start to happen, even if whatever emerges, let it emerge, and then do another movement so you really get a sense that every movement has a life of its own. Take your time here. Easy. There's nowhere to get, there's nowhere to be. It's just right here, right now, with yourself. So, you really give yourself a break from having obligations, needs to do this, needs to do that. Just being with yourself easily right now. Good. And now, actually do the movement. of lengthening, just a small little movement, the left arm. And as you do it again, just paying attention to the other lines that this movement might be involved with your legs, right leg, left leg. So it's not that they have to move, it's picking up the inclination or just the sensation of something going on in one leg that might be different from the other leg. The sensation that might be happening in your right arm. Really doesn't have to have a direction yet, right? Don't worry about that, right? The order that we're looking for is going to come from emergence. It's not going to come from our imposing order upon ourselves. Good. So very, very gently, let the arm slide down. Take your time. Easy with yourself. Easy. And let the left arm come down to your side. Just easy. So in the world of opposition, order and disorder are at the opposite ends. Order and chaos are at the opposite ends. Well, the kind of order that we're talking about is not about something that's at the opposite ends. It's about order that comes out of the chaos. And the chaos meaning not disorder, not a mess. The chaos meaning something deep and dark and mysterious, the void, the unknown, right? And you just feel now both your shoulders, both your arms, just taking in your experience, right? Easy. And now please slide both of the arms out to the sides, straight out from the shoulder blades. And again, just taking your time, experimenting, following hunches, finding the unknown. And how is the unknown part of I've been reading some really interesting things about certain physicians and the way that certain physicians work, the really good ones. And it's really, really learning to deal with uncertainty, right? It's really, really not going by protocol, not by the theory or the logic of medicine, but by a human organism, which is very different when you're dealing with the organism. There's a lot of things that don't work according to the way they're supposed to work, right? So now, nice and easy, one time, begin to lengthen just the right arm away from you, just the right arm, easy, and feel when you do that, just easy. What happens to your left arm? What happens down your legs? One leg get pushed away, one leg get pulled up. And now I'm talking about on an inclination of one leg moving away, not that you need to be pushing it, not at all. We want the pattern to emerge from you. So as you go out to the left, what do you feel up your spine? Easy. Out to the right, sorry. What do you feel up your spine? Just easy. Just easy. And now, go over to the left arm and leave the right alone and just lengthen the left arm away from you a few times. Just easy. Just easy. Can you feel one leg might start to move away from you and one leg come back toward you? Maybe. Can you feel when the left arm goes out away, does the right arm seem to move in toward you or not? Take your time. Easy. Easy. And then alternate. One time lengthen the left arm and let it come back, and then one time lengthen the right arm. And give yourself time in between the transition from the right to the left to the right. Take your time so you can really feel, because if you don't give yourself room, you're going to rush yourself and nothing else will emerge but your intention to move. And the beauty of this today, if you really start to stay with yourself, is the feeling of, I'm not sure if I'm moving or it's moving me, right? That's where we want to be, that place of doing and not doing at the same time. Or we can be, it's available. And it's a place that we know in life a lot of the time. Sometimes we just move and we don't know what the hell we just did, right? So as you lengthen one arm, come back, rest a beat, and lengthen, and pay attention to now do that alternating of movements with your imagination. And this is how we start to capture the not doing part of doing. You start to capture it. You gotta be aware as you're imagining the movement of one arm. What happens? Does it feel like it's moving? Does it seem like it's moving? You bet. And then paying attention to what happens elsewhere. As you imagine one arm moving, what happens down your legs? What happens to the other arm? What happens to your spine? Yes, keep it all within the interrelationship of the whole organism right now through this convenience of these geometrical lines, right? Take your time. Geometry is a convenience. And we use it. And when we use it well, we do well. Good. So, let that go. Bring the arms down and rest. And pay attention to the sense of both the arms, the length of the arms, but also what seems different about the width of your shoulders, the length of your back, the length of your legs, right? Easy. And once again, please slide both the arms out to the sides. And now, do it very easy again. Imagine now the line of your right leg, right? And imagine that it's this thin string line. And it's not, the string line is not taut. It's just a line of string from your right hip to your right heel. And imagine someone is pulling, like we've been doing, using your imagination, and pulling that string through the right heel, and the string starts to get taut, and your right leg starts to organize around that tautness. You don't need to do anything else. Just imagine that someone's pulling that string through your right leg, and the string has an elasticity to it, and it starts to get a little taut. And that sense of tautness and straightness, your leg will start to do something. If you really stay with it, feeling, what is your leg doing? How does your leg respond to that? Does the leg seem to be lengthening? Does it seem to be relaxing? Does it seem to be getting straighter? Or whatever. I mean, it's unlimited what your response can be here. But just get a sense as you pull through that string of the right leg, that the leg organizes. And now, let go of that and doing the smallest, again, movement, easy, because the legs are more difficult, right? So take your time of lengthening the right leg down as if you were pulling with the string. Don't lose the string. Don't get into using muscle. Don't get into pushing. Just let the string and let the leg go with it. So you start to feel as if the right leg is lengthening down. And it might start to happen, right? Or it might just be an internal happening, not ready yet to emerge to the outside. Don't worry about the outside. Stay inside, right? The more you stay inside, the more the outside will conform. Take your time. Just slowly lengthening the right leg. It's small. And as you do that, and if you get a sense of the right leg, it's like, what's happening in your shoulders? What's happening to your arms? What arm seems to want to lengthen also? Pay attention. Is it the left arm, the right arm? What arm seems to want to lengthen away from the torso at the same time? Just take your time. Don't worry about the answer. Don't think you need to get it right. We're dealing with uncertainty here, very much so. Stay with the uncertainty, and maybe something will emerge. And what might emerge is a sensation, and a sensation might take a direction, which is then what will be a pattern forming. Take your time. Good. Now, let go of that and bring your arms down and rest. And just feel yourself on the floor. Now just imagine that someone is pulling the string through your right leg again. What arm seems to lengthen maybe? You see? So pull the string through your right leg and through your left arm. See what that's like. Pull the string through your right leg and your left arm. What is that like? Pull the string through your right leg and your right arm. See what that's like. See, one of these is going to feel better to you. In a way, you could say one of these is going to make more sense to you because of your way of organizing. But just pay attention. Ideally, on a theoretical form of idealism, we can be able to do both, absolutely. One choice is no choice. So now, very, very gently, let go of that. And once again, just straighten, just do a small movement of lengthening your right leg. And just notice what arm wants to move. Don't enforce anything. Just notice what arm wants to move. Good. Let that go and rest. Just rest. Just notice your 5 lines now. Your right arm, your left arm, your right leg, your left leg. The line up your spine. Notice your breathing. What's different about your perception of these lines, your experience of these lines? The more and more these become real to you, the more and more your nervous system will start to use these functionally to organize around. These lines are lines of the chi lines of gravity, I call them. Right? You will start to function. And you won't have to make it happen. It will happen. Right? So once again, bring both of the arms up out to the sides, easy, easy. And then once again now, just very easy, begin to imagine someone's pulling through your left leg, right, easy, and just feel that, someone's pulling through your left leg, easy, easy. So I'm gonna lead you a little bit more on this side, and we'll see, someone's pulling through your left leg, and imagine as they're pulling through your left leg, that someone's pulling the string of your right arm. Now, as someone pulls the string of the left leg and the right arm, go slow enough, soft enough, and be aware with yourself. What's the right leg, right? What's the right leg and the left arm doing? See if you can feel. Take your time. Someone pulls through the right arm and the left leg. What is the right leg and the left arm doing? Is there some response in there? And if there's a felt response, great. If there's not a felt response, do not try to make it happen. Noticing what's not happening is the opening for your brain, because your brain knows what's best for you. Your nervous system, the labyrinth of your nervous system, always seeks stability and to keep us stable in the world. So it has a knowledge that is not knowledge that comes from logic, grammar, mathematics. Those are just tools. Easy? Good. Now, slide the arms down again, nice and easy. Just slide the arms down, easy. And a few times, just do a very, very easy movement of lengthening the left leg down, just as small as you can do. So it almost feels like you're doing the movement of your arm. You don't, no force. Any kind of force will disrupt what naturally wants to emerge, right? Easy. Just notice, easy. And as you do it very, very gently, one arm seems to want to also lengthen. Is that happening for you? Does one of the arms want to follow? Good. Let it go and just rest. Just feel your 5 lines of your legs, your arms, up your back. Just getting a feeling for it. If those lines are becoming more and more a reality. In Tai Chi, there's a saying that imagination will become reality the more you know how to nurture it and water it. In the same way that dysfunctioning becomes a reality. Right? See, we can hit or miss. So there is some kind of choice involved. If we couldn't hit or miss, we wouldn't have choice. So we can go wrong. Right? And knowing how to go wrong can be very powerful. Notice how you're lying on the floor. There's a physician at Boston Children's, James Locke. He's a pediatric cardiologist dealing with children's hearts that have problems right at birth, and reading him, it's very, very interesting the way he works. He throws logic out the window, and he looks for what's the difference, what's going on that shouldn't be going on, and follow the difference, and he finds the answers. I mean, I'm making it very simplified, but he doesn't work by algorithm, he doesn't work by statistics, he works by every case is individual. Every person is different. Very difficult way to work, but he's a special person. So now, very, very easy with yourself. Just see what it's like now. Let's see. One time, imagine someone's pulling a string. See those strings running from your right hip to your right heel, your left hip to your left heel, your right shoulder, right arm, left shoulder. So, and the strings are they're not taut. They're just strings, and they'll string up your spine. And begin to have someone, this imaginary person, not you, someone else, pulls the string, and there's always people pulling our strings. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of those in the world. They're going to pull the string of your right leg and your left arm at the same time. And notice how when that happens in your imagination, the string of your right leg and your left arm, that tautness, notice what happens. It's not just that the right leg and the left arm find a tautness. There's also a tautness that happens in the opposite direction in the other two arms. I know this is getting very complicated, where as someone's pulling the right leg and the left arm string, inside the string is being pulled from your spine, it's pulling the left leg up and the right arm in. Take your time. This all comes from the dandy end. Easy, easy. easy. And you don't have to do anything with that. You don't even have to know that, right? I have to know that. So go slow, go easy, right? Right? And now actually do the movement of lengthening the right leg and the left arm, lengthening the right leg and the left, very, very small, and start to feel if it feels, if you feel resistance, if it feels easy, just notice what goes on, right? And as soon as you feel resistance, back off. Don't go any further. Right, easy. Good. Just easy. And now come back and imagine someone now, all right, rest. Just feel the whatever you're sensing. What you're sensing, right, in this resting right now is emerging from your nervous system, from a property of your nervous system within you. That's why something feels different. Right? It comes from where? The dark, deep, mysterious, whatever, right? And this is what Freud and Jung, they were calling the unconscious once upon a time. Right? But order is coming out of that if you listen to your body. And the order is different from one side to the other, from one limb to the other. Now, imagine someone is pulling the string through your left foot and your right arm. Your left foot and your right arm. Easy. Your left foot and your right arm. Feel the string getting pulled. It gets taut. You start to respond. Imagine it. Imagine it. You start to organize. So once you imagine these strings are being pulled, you are already creating order. All you need to do is not force it and allow the muscle, the fascia, and so many other things to respond to it, to organize around. Easy. And now actually do the movement of lengthening the left leg and the right arm and see what that's like. Very, very small. See what we're looking, what you're sensing, maybe feeling. Some of you start to get pattern recognition here. It starts to emerge. So they're real easy with it. You know, can't force the pattern. We are made of patterns. When you pursue the pattern runs away from you. The self is nothing but an idea pattern of ourselves, right? And we pursue that to make the self better, and it just keeps eluding, going the other way, right? Easy, easy. Good. And now, see what it's like to alternate. One time lengthen the left leg, the right arm, and let everything come back slow, easy, soft, and then one time lengthen the right leg, left arm. Easy, easy. And feel what does that seem like to you? Does it seem somewhat congruent, incongruent, right? Or do you force anywhere? On one side, is it easier? One leg easier? One hip easier? Go really easy. Start to feel if there's a kind of emerging pattern that just feels right. Right? Easy. Or maybe it doesn't feel right. That's another experience. A pattern could be emerging and it could be so different you go, no, this can't be me. So take your time. Of course it's you. Who else is it? Take your time. Easy, easy. Okay, let that go. Rest. What do you notice about these 5 imaginary lines? Right? This is really no different than how, if you think about it, how logic works. You theoretically make up a theory, and it could be in healthcare or whatever, and you implement the theory, and you go, oh, it works. It's real. Oh boy, and I did it. Me, I made it up. I'm a genius, right? That basically. But then something happens. It stops working. Well, what happened? Right? Or maybe it only it works in a certain way, but not all the time with everybody, not in every situation, right? Right. Logic can be a hypnotizing on a theoretical level, a hypnotic reality of wow, and it's always going to be like that. No, it's not. No, it's not. What's different about your breathing right now? Different about some sense of internal quietness with yourself? Ease with yourself? So just stand your right foot and just put your left arm out to the side. Oh, I'm sorry, right arm out to the side. Right arm out to the side. Easy, just like that, yes. And now, just very gently inhale into your right lung in such a way that the bottom of the lung lengthens down and the top of the lung lengthens up towards your shoulder. Just easy. Just easy. Just easy. All right? Just easy. Just easy. As you inhale, right into the whole lung, the bottom of the lung lengthens down, the top of the lung lengthens up. Well, what does that do inside you? Easy. So, in lengthening the lung, do less and less, and this is another one of those phenomenons where you can get in between doing and not doing, right? Am I moving the lung, or is the lung moving me? Yeah. Good. And let that go, and bring the arm down, bring the leg down, and rest. And just notice your experience. Where do you sense difference? You might be surprised where the difference is. Maybe not where you expected it. Huh. Stand your left foot, and bring the left arm out. Easy. Begin to breathe, and not forcefully breathing, just using your mind's eye to see the lung as you inhale, lengthening down to the hip and up to the shoulder. Easy, easy. Down to the hip and up to the shoulder. Easy. Down to the hip and up to the shoulder. Again, not forcing. Every time you do it, do less to feel more. Do less, meaning to experience more. Good. And let that go. And bring the leg down, the arm down, and rest. And just get a sense of the way you're lying on the floor now, the length of your legs, your arms, the length up your back, your spine. What's different about your breathing. Now pay attention now. As you inhale into both of your lungs, just put your attention on your right leg as you're inhaling into both of your lungs. Is there any sense on an imaginative level that you're inhaling into the right leg? Is there any sensation in the leg that's saying, oh, that's responding to your inhalation? And does that sense have a direction to it? And then do the same thing with the left leg. As you're inhaling, does the left leg seem to move at all? Expand inside the leg, not in terms of the lengthening, just inside. Is there any sense of a movement inside the leg? And now, both legs as you inhale. Just get a sense of both legs possibly expanding, breathing, whatever, however you're characterizing it, lengthening, softening, responding. And now, the right arm as you inhale, easy. Notice the feeling right down to the palm of the hand. This is a way of using yourself to improve your chi flow. You can, when you feel differences happening, something is going on, right? Down the left arm, right down through your fingers, your hand. Feel it when you inhale. And then both arms at the same time. Both arms and your right leg. Both arms and your left leg. Both arms and both legs. As you inhale, notice up your spine, up your back, from the sacrum, up behind the shoulder blades, up into your cervical vertebra, right up into your head. You're not placing anything, you're just feeling through your imagination what's going on there as you inhale. Up your spine. And then up your spine, down your arms and down your legs, all at the same time. Response of the total organism to the inhalation. Feel your eyes, your face, your mouth, your nose, your teeth, soles of your feet, palms of your hands, the top of your head. Each inhalation, feel a whole new something emerging throughout your whole organism. And it's different. Every time it's different if you pay attention. Let it go. If there's much to let go, right? See if you had a big response to that, let it go. Meaning, there's not much to let go of, is there? You just sense yourself. And now, very gently, please stand both your feet. Go slow, go easy. Bring your feet to standing. Easy. Good. Bring your knees up over your tummy. Bend your knees, bring them up over your tummy. Put your hands in front of your knees, over your tummy, in front of the knees, not from the side. Put the hands under the kneecap in the front, and very gently, no, from the side, guys. Go around the side, yeah, in front of the knee. That's it. That's it. And now, very gently, begin to roll left and right, very small, as if you were just ironing your back, ironing the shirt on your back right now. Don't get big. Just iron easy. So because we've been working, we've been working certain ribs in the middle of your back, so we don't want to jump right up and feel that over lengthening. Easy, good. And then very gently, when you're ready, come around to one side and come up to sitting with yourself, and then take your time, and then finally up to standing. And when you stand, please pay attention to what feels different somewhere. What do you sense the difference? Where do you sense the difference? What's different about you? Right? Where? Especially somewhere, in your back. Is there something different somewhere in your back? To move the legs and the arms, there has to be a kind of pivoting going on at particular places in the spine to do that. So nice and easy now, paying attention. Bring your weight back into your right heel and let the string lengthen through your right heel up through your right shoulder blade, and let yourself adjust to that string. Let the string get a little taut. And now pay attention to your left leg. Stay on the right. If the left leg feels limp, it should not. Your left leg, the string is getting pulled down into the floor, but the leg has no weight on it. That's the tricky part. On the right, where you have the weight, it's easy to get the string going up. Where there's no weight on the left, the string is going down. It's getting pulled down by gravity. And you need to organize. You need to be relaxed and let that happen. Now come back to the middle. Once again, find your string on your right. Start to pull the string and let that take you over to the right back. Let that form you, right? As if the string were pulling you back and placing you somewhere in the back of the heel there. And I tell you, when you get it, you will have perfect balance on that foot, on that heel. And you wouldn't be able to fall if you wanted to on that back leg right now. Then come back again, and then feel both feet on the floor. Where do you feel the big change happening? What foot seems to get more involved? Can you sense that it's your left foot where you were emptying? Once again, go over to that right. Find it. And the left is emptying. There's no weight, but there's a string going down, getting taut. But you don't do anything to the leg. You do not. The leg has to be left alone. And then come back easy to the middle, and then just start to feel where are you organizing, to the left or right now? What foot seems more prominent? And now go back to the left heel. Find the string pulling, pull it up through the shoulder blade, up to the ceiling, and let the right leg be easy, and there's a string pulling down. The string down is hard. You have to let go of the leg, and at the same time, imagine that string. And then come back to the middle, easy, easy, easy. Feel both your feet on the floor. Feel your groundedness right now. Feel how you're standing. Feel the support of your back, up your spine. Your arms are hanging. Bring your right foot a little in front. Bring the right hand up, easy, easy. Same thing now. Find the string on the right heel and pull on it this way in such a way that you start to mold to that string. And then come back, easy, easy, easy. There is no form. The form is you. Inhale, easy. Easy, easy, easy. Soft, small, feeling more, sensing more. Tai Chi press. And as you bring the right hip back, start to feel your right arm getting pulled back toward you a little. You don't need to do it, it's happening. Inhale, gets pushed away. Exhale, gets pulled back, easy, easy, easy. Leave the arm alone. Let the arm have some freedom from you right now. Whoa. Come back, bring the right arm down, put your feet under you. Feel what's different on your right side, your right arm. Feel the difference. Left foot in front, please. Left arm up, easy. So I'm going to tell you, and maybe you're starting to understand, that with Tai Chi, the less you do, the more you get. It's the inverse to what we're used to thinking, right? Inhale, find that left heel, pull the string up through you. So there's a verticality. As soon as you pull that string, it gets a little taut. You start to rotate very, very small around that sense of verticality. Come back, bring the hip back. You come off the heel, you go a little bit over to the left, the right, right. Inhale, find the string. Exhale. Feel what's happening in your arms as you inhale, find the string. What happens to the right arm? What happens to the left arm? What happens to your right leg as you're pulling up on the left, easy? Come back. Start to feel what's going on now. Once again, up your spine, get those 5 lines going. All at the same time. So you screw up properly. Good. Come back, bring the arms down, put your feet under you. Again, feel both your feet on the floor, the length of your arms, the width of your shoulders. Look, what's the point of doing anything more if it's going to bring you less? So the less you do, the more you get. That's really what your nervous system is built on, that efficiency. Feel both your legs now, your arms, and take a small walk with yourself and come back. Take a small walk with yourself and come back. Feel what that's like. Good. And you come back, and you just feel yourself, right? And you put your right foot in front again, and we're going to bring 2 hands up in front of you. You bend your elbows, the elbows are relaxed, and we're going to do Tai Chi push. But nothing can be less of a push than a Tai Chi push. Nothing could be further from pushing than Tai Chi push. Inhale, find the right heel, and you just rotate up in the arms. Just feel the inclination of the arms to just lengthen away from you. You don't have to do it. Exhale, come back, you come back over to the left, and the arms feel, what do the arms want to do? Just let them be easy. Again, Tai Chi push. And you move so slow, so easy, that it doesn't seem like you're moving at all. Doesn't seem like any movement I do. And the whole movement is inside. The form is in you. What they see on the outside is nothing. It's all on the inside. Two-hand push. Come back, bring the arms down, put your feet under you again. Just get a feeling of the length of the arms. The feet on the floor, you're breathing. Do you seem upright? I like that word. It's one of my favorite. Are you upright? Left foot in front, two hands. Up here, relax the elbows, not out in front. And again, go over to the left heel, pull, and let's imagine a string going up, the string going right up through you. You organize around that, and the arms just go a little away from you, and then you come back with the hip, and you pull, and you start to go over to the right. Inhale, and you start to really feel the entailment of yin-yang. There's no yin without yang. There's no yang without yin. They mutually entail each other. One without the other is, not only is it useless, it's meaningless. Feldenkrais had a saying that the adherence to a principle to the utter exclusion of its opposite is contrary to the laws of nature. You bet. So right now, as you're moving, and we establish this left side line, you're moving in all the planes of movement, up, down, left, right, forward, back, and rotation. There aren't any others. One more. Inhale. Feel your fingers. Come back. Bring the arms down, please. Put your feet under you. And again, just feel how you're standing. Feel how you're standing. What image do you get of those 5 lines as you stand? What image of yourself? Do you feel together or apart? What's going on? All right? Real easy. Bring your hands here. Inhale through your nose, out through your mouth on a hiss. Inhale. Hiss. Through the nose. Naturally cool the lungs. Get rid of the carbon. Feel your lungs as you inhale and exhale now. Easy. Let the feet be shoulder width apart. Once again, inhale. And you hiss through your teeth like a snake. Or, as we used to say in the old days, a New York radiator. Once again, one more. Inhale. Blow it out. Cool the lungs. Strengthen the lungs. Through the nose. Again, feel. Now, feel, as you inhale now, feel your lungs, feel both your legs, feel your arms, feel your spine, feel all of that connecting to each inhalation, and you have a great day, and I'll see you Sunday. Sunday. Have fun.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Larry. That was quite spectacular. Have a happy birthday. Spectacular, spectacular.
You are spectacular. You guys are spectacular. Take that and live with that for a while.
And you
Stay away from the phone.
you live with that too.
Okay, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay, so you're all right about tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely.
Let me get this
Let me know.
going,
Yeah.
because I can't do that class on here.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
And I wanna call Michael and Devin, if I could get three of us in here,
Yeah.
I would, give me, good,
I'll
great,
wait to hear from you.
great, good,
And,
yeah, great.
You know, the problem with that is that's a little too convenient for people.
I can see the change that's been happening in you.
Good.
I can see it, I don't know if you're experiencing, I'm probably,
Well, I'm always fiddling with myself when I'm on the street, you know.
good, yes, all right.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Where is this? Why don't this thing come down? Oh!